what's up? It's your boy, 24/7 here with 24/7 Fusion Media. I'm not sure if you guys have been keeping up lately with what's going on with Friday the 13th franchise. They finally came down to a decision, and this is what we're going to go over real quick right here. It says Friday the 13th screenwriter set to reclaim the domestic rights to the franchise. The producer will retain the foreign rights as well as IP derived from Friday the 13th sequels. Friday the 13th screenwriter Victor Miller will reclaim the domestic rights to the iconic horror franchise after scoring a major legal victory. Okay, so he's the original screenwriter, and he won his court case. According to The Hollywood Reporter, the Second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals announced on Thursday that Miller had won the copyright termination battle for Friday the 13th. As a result, the domestic rights would be handed over to Miller from the film's producer and director Sean S. Cunningham, who will retain the foreign rights as well as IP derived from his sequels. So basically, it looks like it's being divided up, but it looks like Victor Miller, the original screenwriter, came out on top with this. Cunningham reportedly argued that Miller contributed his screenplay for the landmark horror film released in 1980 as a work made for hire, and therefore shouldn't have been able to gain rights to the screenplay. However, in September of 2018, a federal judge ruled that Miller's work wasn't made for hire and that he should therefore be entitled to authorship rights. And that changes the game altogether. So, oh man. You know, it's good in some ways, but I'm going to tell you, for Friday the 13th, good to see a person that actually created something be able to get the rights back to what he created. You know, and I get that. That's great news. But as far as Friday the 13th, I'm going to explain to you what the problem is going to be with this. Reporter Eric Gardner shared the ruling on Twitter, underscoring the decision. The text explains that if Miller had been an employee of the film production company Manny Incorporated when he penned the screenplay, then it would be considered a work made for hire, and Manny, not Miller, would own the screenplay and the domestic rights to the franchise going forward. However, if Miller was an independent contractor at the time of writing the screenplay, then he, as the author, would be entitled to terminate Manny's and its successors' rights to reclaim them for himself, so long as other certain conditions were met in the process. After further investigation, it was deemed under copyright law that Miller wasn't Manny's employee. Wow. If you're work for hire and you create something after 35 years, you can get it back if you created something for a company. Well, like I say, good for Miller. Good for Miller. Good for Miller. Good for Miller. It's important to note, however, that Cunningham retains the international rights to the Friday the 13th franchise, together with the intellectual property rights for the sequels, including maybe the monstrous Jason Voorhees character, due to the fact that the adult version of the hockey mask wearing killer did not appear until the sequels. So that means that Cunningham, the director and producer, is in control of the Jason Voorhees with the hockey mask, because those are the sequels. And then the guy, Victor Miller, the original screenwriter, he's in control of like Pamela Voorhees and the original parts of what makes Friday the 13th what it is. So this is fucked. So everything is split, basically. This case is part of a legal trend rooting back to when some major franchises were finding their footing. As The Hollywood Reporter previously explained, Congress amended intellectual copyright law in the late 1970s to allow creators to grab the IP back from studios after a few decades. After 35 years, termination notices can be served up to their controlling parties. It is also not too familiar to what is happening with Marvel and Disney right now, as their heirs of comic book legend Steve Ditko seek to terminate Marvel copyrights over such characters as Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, and many more. Wow. Yep, that is very true. Marvel is fighting back by claiming that these characters were created under contract as works for hire. Well, we're going to have to see how that works out. That's going to be very interesting. But so what I'm trying to explain to you guys is this. As Victor Miller gets the rights back to Friday the 13th, one thing that he has stressed for very, very, very long time, for decades, is that he always hated how Jason became basically the centerpiece of Friday the 13th, when Friday the 13th wasn't built to be surrounding Jason Voorhees, is what I'm saying. So basically the premise of Friday the 13th is it's a mother upset because her child died and no one did shit to help her baby, and now she's extracting vengeance on the camp counselors that allowed this to happen and everybody else that got in the way. So that's the premise of it. And basically he said that that Jason was taken and blown out to be this major thing. He does not watch the sequels. He hates the sequels. Anything that has to do with it, video games, comic books, he hates it all. He doesn't watch it. He's not interested in it. So now that he has the right to do what he wants to do, he could put out a remake of a Pamela Voorhees centered character and basically do away with Jason Voorhees altogether. Because they can show him probably in a flashback, but it wouldn't have to be centered around him, and it could be centered around her. So even though it's good that he got the rights back, hopefully he'll still allow the fans to continue to enjoy Jason the way we enjoy Jason, with the hockey mask and everything else. So do we get another Friday the 13th movie with Jason ever? Are we going to get one with just Pamela Voorhees? I don't know, and people don't know where it goes from here. But you guys let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. Please share, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. It's your boy, 24/7 here with 24/7 Fusion Media, and I'm out. Peace.